Hello, greetings everybody. I want to welcome you here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're here. I guess this will be the inaugural episode of What's New for 25. Yes, we're in the year 2025 already. A quarter of a century's gone by since the great... what did they call that? When they were trying to say that the computers would collapse all over the world. Yeah, I remember that. Anyways, it's been 25 years since that event. Nothing happened then, and nothing's happening now. So, anyways, we're here to do the first episode of the year for What's New. I think next year I'll plan to start at mid-January as well, because there doesn't seem to be much that comes out early. There was one album I had kind of thought about doing it, but I didn't really like it, so I decided not to. So this will be the first album of the year. This is from the new wave of heavy metal. The band's called Toyko Blade. So I've long known about this band, of course, but I never really followed them. Sorry, my cable wire is getting into my feet here. So anyways, so I've known about them for a while. I'm just going to bring this down a bit too, because we're a little bit high here. Since I've long known about the band, but never really followed them, so I decided when I saw their name there, we got to do them. Quite a bit heavier than I thought it was going to be. I thought it would be a lot more poppy sounding, but definitely not. Very heavy. Definitely a metal band for sure. There's quite a bit of melodic stuff here, melodic guitar riffing, but there's also a faster paced stuff going on as well. 15 tracks in total, I believe. 6, 9, 12, 13, 14. Oh, I'm wrong. 14 tracks in total. Fairly lengthy album. So this came out January 17th, 25, so yesterday. It's about 115 minutes in length. Probably should have got water. I forgot that. On the Dissonance production label. Appearing with Toyko Blade. A lot of the original members are still with the band. So we have Andy Bolton, lead guitar. John Wiggins, lead guitar. Andy Wrighton, bass. Steve Pierce, drums. And Alan Marsh, lead vocals. Starts out with the song Feeding the Rat. This one is a heavy metal mediate, so it's what you would expect from a heavy metal band to sound like. Very catchy riff, metal vocals, heavy soloing, and catchy riffing on this particular track. I knew I should have got water. I'll try to get through without going and getting any though. Moth in the Fire, catchy riff with a whiny kind of guitar part attached to the riff. You got this kind of, it's a heavy track, of course. The vocals are a bit of a scrapey sound to them, and they're not very clear, a little bit murky. The vocals on the album are a little bit murky at times. When I say murky, it's hard to understand what he's actually saying. And then it has a very, very heavy solo, which is very catchy as well. This song was one of the better songs on the album too. Man on the Stair, bit haunting, very doomy feel to this particular track. Melodic, heavy riffing guitars throughout it. The vocals are heavy, a little bit clearer than the other songs, but still kind of scrappy or scrapey if you prefer. Are You Happy Now? This is maybe one of the next couple songs, Are You Happy Now and The Enemy Within, both kind of weaker tunes on the album. Are You Happy Now? It's kind of a whispery opening with the vocals are a little bit hushed feel. It gets a bit fast-paced and the riff is fast-paced and the solo is fast-paced as well. It's got some heavy, catchy riffs to it as well, but overall not one of their better songs. Enemy Within, doomy, haunting guitar part with some synthesizer parts to this as well. Vocals a little bit on that whispery side again. Heavy guitar soloing and riffing throughout the song. Going with the flow, melodic, slow, quiet opening. Vocals are more subdued, more moderate. They get higher as the song goes along. The song builds to a heavier metal sound as it goes along. It's got this kind of slow, melodic, heavy guitar solo, and then the song speeds up with the drums, very speed metal-like towards the end of the song. Another kind of a screechy solo as well. Back half of the album, I think the back half is probably overall better. Got a couple of stronger songs. So the next, I'd say about 6 of these next 8 songs really good. Okay, I'm going to stop coughing. That's it. I mean, if it scratches my throat, I'll just ignore it. It's got a kind of a key part opening here with a guitar riff. Song picks up speed. The solo is catchy, detailed, and it's pretty heavy as well. And there's a little bit of a piano ending on this song. The song is called 47. The next song is probably, I think, the best song on the album, Devil in You. Heavy, crashing, beefy guitar riff with a pounding drum part to it. Yeah, this is metal all the way here. Vocals are very metalish sounding, and it's got a fast-paced, almost commercial guitar riff. Soldier On opens fast-paced, detailed guitar picking throughout it. The vocals are harsh, heavy, fast-paced, and high, like a high range. It's got a machine gun-like guitar and drum part that kind of slows down and gets a little mellow towards the end. Next song is Bleed Over Me. No, sorry, Don't Bleed Over Me. The solo is melodic, kind of catchy. As the riff is kind of catchy as well. I would say the solo is heavy and very detailed. There's a lot of stuff going on it. I would say this is a melodic song. The words are good in this too, because you can actually kind of follow it a bit on this particular track. Written in Blood, another strong track. So you've had like 4, 5, 6s in a row, except for the Devil in You, which I gave a 7 to. Heavy, pulsing, beefy guitar riff here. The vocals are heavy but murky and strong. Yeah. They're not bad, they're just not as easy to understand. The drums are heavy and dominant, and it ends with a kind of a cluster of noises. I'm not really sure how to describe it any better than that. Next is the 600. This is one of the weaker songs on the album. It's got a heavy riff, guitar beat, twinning solos here. The vocals are harsh, hard to some of it's the vocals are a little difficult to, they're a little bit murky, hard to follow here. Heavy riffing, murky vocals, like I said. Yeah, one of the weaker tracks. We Burn, maybe the last really good track on the album. Melodic, heavy, loud vocals. Lyrics are strong on this particular track. You've got strong guitar, which is very dominant throughout this particular track, and melodic intro of guitars. It's a strong song. And then the last song is called The Ram, or just Ram. Melodic guitars. And nothing really spectacular about this track. It's kind of just mid-range on the album. Nothing, doesn't really stand out. It's not really all that noticeable. Overall, I gave this album basically about a 6.5 to 7. I think it's a strong album. For me, I liked it. I had a little bit maybe of a negative idea of what it might be, and it exceeded what I hoped it would be. It was much heavier than I thought it was going to be, and the lyrics were pretty good. The guitar solos I thought were good. The riffing was excellent. The drums were fantastic as well. So I thought it was a good album. It's definitely one that I would look to get. And I am going shopping next week, and this will be on the list as well. And I know that Encore has it because I saw them advertising for it today. So I may pick it up. It's about $20. I think it might be worth having it. Quite liked it. I probably I might go back and check some of them, more stuff by these guys as well. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of What's New, the first one of the year. Got some more stuff coming. It'll be regular now every Saturday night. Probably will be a little bit late. I have some earlier commitments that sometimes don't get me a chance to really get this in before the time period, but we'll do our best. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please hit the like and subscribe. That's much appreciated. Don't forget the notification bell if you don't want to miss any of the content on the channel. And if you got any comments about Tokyo Blade or about the new wave of heavy metal or any of those bands that might be of interest to you, you can put those in the comment section below. I've tried to have discussions with people about some of the things they say. If I feel that I'm out of my range, I may not say too much. However, I've had some lengthy discussions with people about certain vocalists and stuff like that. So I try to respond. If you take the time to write on my channel, I feel it's kind of my responsibility to at least answer your questions or comment about what you said. So anyways, I hope to see you all throughout the week. Take care and have yourself a good evening, and goodbye.